there. Before we dig into this week's episode, I want to make sure you don't miss out on this rare opportunity for entering into a special Valentine's Day drawing I'm doing. I am selecting 2 lucky ladies from this drawing that will be held on Valentine's Day, and I'm actually going to be inviting my sweetheart, my husband Ryan, and he's going to be going live with me to draw for 2 lucky ladies to receive 50% off my health coaching. This is a super rare opportunity and I don't want you to miss out. So if you're wanting to enter in the drawing, just simply leave a heart in the comments, but make sure you also join my free Facebook community, Weight Loss for Midlife Women, because Valentine's evening at 7 p.m. Central Time, my husband, Ryan, and I will be going live to do the drawing and to select 2 lucky ladies. So don't miss your chance. Okay, so let's dig in today. I have a special story that I want to share about my client, Vicki. She wrote to me, this is in her words, she said, "Who is this person that I'm becoming? The person who has to literally hike up my pants that keep falling down. The person who volunteered to mow the yard today." And she said, "By the way, I have never mowed in 48 years and 11 months. The person who did day 1 of Couch to 5K training and actually ran for 6 minutes." She says, "Thank you, Nicole, for helping me find this woman. She was in here, but was definitely hiding for a very long time." And she wrote this to me after she has lost 40 pounds. And I want to share her story with you today because in this video, I'm going to walk through the very 3 specific components to what our work looked like together so she could lose this 40 pounds and live a more active lifestyle. So let's dig into her story a little bit more, okay? So when Vicki first came to me, her goal was super simple. She wanted to lose weight and develop a healthy relationship with food because she wanted to lose this extra weight that now was affecting her blood sugars and her high blood pressure. She wanted to look at what exercises would be best for her body. And she wanted to stop feeling so overwhelmed by all this conflicting information that she was finding online, okay? So like so many women, she had analysis paralysis, okay? What that means is she's wanting to do everything, but just feeling too overwhelmed to even start. She was going down the rabbit holes of all that's out there, right? For weight loss, especially in perimenopause and menopause, that she was just super tired of chasing that next fad diet. And she knew she needed a real sustainable solution this time. But on top of all of that, she had struggled with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis since she was a young girl. In fact, this diagnosis of juvenile rheumatoid arthritis has caused her to live in daily pain. And in fact, she has been very limited on what she can do physically because of her pain since she was a little girl. So fast forward just a few months here now, and everything has changed for her. I'm so excited. Her joint pain is gone. She is now not even just walking, but she is running 5Ks. And she's dreaming super big here. She has a new goal of running a 5K in every state by age 55. And guess what? I talked to her not too long ago, and she's continued to lose even more than the 40 pounds. And she is just checking off those states. She loves to travel too. So she's just checking off those 5K races as she goes. I'm so proud of her. And guess what? She's doing all of this all while caring for aging parents, aging in-laws, being an amazing boss at work, and running her own tight-knit family. taking care of her husband, her adult kids, and she's now a brand new grandma to a sweet baby in her family. And I think the coolest thing that she told me was that her adult children have come to her, looked her in the eye, and said, "Mom, I am proud of you. She's lost the weight, she's more active," and they're reaping the benefits of her improved health. Her blood pressure's better, her sugars are down, right? So it's amazing about Vicki's journey is that it's never too late to set new goals. And there's a power of dreaming bigger and pushing past the limits that we have set limits on ourselves and we don't even realize it. Okay. So she was pushing past those limits and she's created a future for her and her family that she never even thought was possible. So I am super proud of Vicki, and if you have not caught her full interview, I will post that link here in the show notes, because take a minute and just listen to the interview that we did about her journey. It's very motivating and inspiring, and I know you will love it. So if we've not met yet, my name is Nicole Dalton. I have been a physician assistant for almost 25 years now, turned menopause weight loss coach, and I specifically work with women 35 and over to help them lose weight. If you have enjoyed my videos or this video, please hit subscribe. That way you don't miss the new weekly video that comes out. And if you like this video, please hit like or please comment. And I would love to get in conversation with you. I'd love to hear where you're struggling and where you need more support at, okay? And don't forget, while you're leaving me a comment, throw a heart in there if you want to enter into the 50% off drawing that will be held on Valentine's Day. Okay, let's dig in. So I want you to grab a pen, because I feel like these 3 topics that I helped Vicki specifically with, I think that you'll be able to take this away from this video today and start using them in your own weight loss journey today. So the first thing Vicki and I did was to take the overwhelm out of, oh my gosh, what do I eat? What do I not eat? Do I drink this protein shake? Do I take this supplement, right? Like focusing in on making food simple and consistent. Okay, so we really dialed in on that food part. We worked together for her to create her meal plan based on the foods that she enjoys, and showing her how to save herself some time through her week when she was grabbing and going through the week, because she's busy just like you, taking care of everybody. So once she was able to dial in and get a specific with her plan for the week around foods and what her meals should look like, and once she was prepped and ready to go and saved a couple hours of having to think about, oh gosh, what am I going to cook tonight when you get home from a busy day? We tend to grab for the bad things, right? So having a plan absolutely takes that thought out during the week when our brains are fried after work. So having a plan, getting specific with her likes around food, and then also showing her how simple it was to just pack a quick lunch, bring it to work, have everything ready to go that both she and her husband could enjoy. So we got very specific, and I really helped her dial into foods that are very low inflammatory foods, okay? Because between her rheumatoid arthritis, between her rising sugars, rising blood pressure, being in perimenopause, she has so much inflammation in her body that we really needed to dial in on eating all foods grown from the ground, right? To decrease all of this inflammation and get rid of all the extra sugar and flour. And that's easier, it's easier said than done, but you can absolutely do this and you would be surprised. And in fact, within a week of Vicki not eating sugar and flour and really pulling in and focusing on what she wanted to be eating, lots of vegetables and fruits and proteins and healthy fats. Once she did this, it was literally just 1 week, and she said, I don't have to take ibuprofen every day, Nicole. Okay, so it's amazing the power of our food, how it affects us inside, because during perimenopause and menopause, our bodies are at a higher inflammatory state, and that's when we tend to see these sugars rise, the blood pressure rises. And this is the time we really need to focus in on our food and make it very simple and sustainable, okay? So that's the first thing. We had a meal plan, we had a food prep plan, we had a grocery shopping plan. I know you're thinking, Nicole, I know how to do this. I've done this a million times, and this is nothing new. And it isn't. It is nothing new. But the key here is having the consistency of it. How many of us have been great and on top of our meal plan, and we're good for a few weeks, and then life gets in the way, right? So I helped her focus in on making this a priority for her health, because it was so easy to let the distractions of work and family obligations to get in the way of the health priority. So once she made that a priority and a commitment to herself, then the consistency over time is what she did amazing with, that allowed her to lose the weight by having a plan. Okay, the second important piece that we worked on together is mindset. Okay, so during perimenopause and menopause, our stress response is heightened. So you can have the same stress that you're having in your life and think about the same stress, how you would have handled it in your 20s or 30s, because I guarantee you, you would have handled it much less stressful. So what happens with our hormone changes, our estrogen and progesterone levels, especially as they start to dip and wax and wane through perimenopause, is it makes our bodies more heightened to stress. So maybe that silly little thing that didn't bother us when we were in our 20s is now really bothering us, and it's making us angry or agitated and frustrated, right? So our stress response is heightened. And so that definitely trickles over into our food choices, whether or not we're going to get up and get our workout in, and how we're looking and thinking and talking to ourselves, okay? It is amazing how we all do this. We all have negative thoughts that come through our brain, but guess what? We're not our thoughts, and our thoughts don't define us. We get to choose our thoughts. We get to choose what we want to think about ourselves, especially. I'm sure you've heard this, but talk to yourself like your best friend would talk to you. And that's always a good fallback reminder if you find you're starting to get in a negative thought loop cycle, to think for a minute. Okay, would my best friend tell me that? Okay, so with Vicki, we really got specific on using some mindset tools to really help her recognize the thoughts that she was thinking caused her actions and were giving her certain results around her foods, around her exercise, okay? And it's a work in progress for all of us, right? The mindset piece is by far the most important piece that you can work on. We all can follow a diet plan. We all can follow a meal plan, right? You just cook the food and you eat the food off the meal plan. It's easy once you get going and once you figure that piece out. But it's the mindset piece that gets in the way. And so along that journey, we did a lot with setting up morning routines, journaling, affirmations. I know this sounds like, oh, I've heard this all before, but it's amazing once you actually do it and you stick with it, how life-changing it becomes in your own life. Not only with weight loss, right? Vicki had 40 pounds plus of weight that she has lost and continues to lose, but she set these huge, giant goals. She never, ever saw herself as a runner because she hurt too much. She physically could not. And the power of our food on decreasing inflammation and freeing up our world to do so much more. So mindset is so important. And the last piece was the support daily in our small private community. So every day we do daily check-ins, and I'm available every day for the ladies that I work with. And we do share fun recipes. We got tons of recipes to share, and that's always fun. But I feel like more of the struggles and the obstacles that we're running into in our daily lives, whether it's family stress, whether it's our response to all the stress at work, whether it's being pulled in a million directions, right? It's easy to be taken off our roadmap, right? It's easy to get steered in a different direction and forget about that final goal of where we want to be. So as we get, off that path, having a group of not only a coach, but having a private community of other women that are going through the same journey together, they're able to steer you back. And I feel like when she was sharing and becoming vulnerable in our group, the more other ladies were sharing and becoming vulnerable and cheering her on and motivating her, and also sharing their own struggles, which I feel like it's great to know that you're not doing this alone, right? Having a coach, having a community around you allows you to, one, just have more fun with weight loss and doing it the right way, but also having that support around you and not feeling like you're doing this alone. So those are the three things that I want you to leave this video with today: is get a clear plan, a simple plan of eating all real food around you. That's the first thing. And then start scheduling it in your week. When do you have time for 15 minutes of chopping up veggies? When do you have time to quickly cook up your meats? When do you have time to maybe separate it into little containers to take it to work, right? It's amazing how maybe a half an hour of work in the kitchen saves you hours of frustration through the week and poor choices. So get clear with your food and meal plan. The second thing is really start looking at your mindset and kind of back away from yourself. Think of yourself like in a third person, like kind of watch your behavior and watch your actions, and don't judge and don't shame and blame. Just kind of get curious about your actions around food and exercise or inaction and what you want it to look like. And now really get serious on your thoughts. Write a journal for a day and write down all your thoughts. Because it's crazy how many millions of thoughts we think and how many of those are negative, and how we can stop that cycle, okay? And the last part is find a group of other women, find one person, find a good support person, because you don't want to do this alone. Women thrive and do better with weight loss when they're in a group. That's actually been proven and shown. So don't do it alone, find a group. And we're more than happy to have you over at Weight Loss for Midlife Women. Check us out over in the Facebook group. And if you are just ready to start working together and want to know what that looks like, you can schedule a free weight loss strategy call with me. And that link is in the show notes as well. But if you're ready to save 50% off and ready to crush your weight loss goals, don't miss out on the Valentine's Day drawing. Make sure to leave me a heart and be ready to watch my husband and I go live together on Valentine's night.